You're a smart engineer. You have built agents in production. You know the React patterns, you know the rack system, you know the multi agent architecture. You register for this NVIDIA certified agentic AI examination. You study for 4 weeks. You take the examination, but still you're going to fail. Why? There are 7 reasons that I've seen smart engineers fail this examination and how you can actually solve it in a easier manner by just following the right approach that I'm going to share it with you in this video. So let's get started. See, NVIDIA NCP-AAI examination has got 60 to 65% as a first attempt pass rate. The reason because this is a professional level examination, not your associate level. That means close to 35 to 40% of people fail. And they are not beginners. Trust me on this. Engineers with having 2 to 3 years in AI ML experience, or they have done some kind of production agent deployment, they also have the strong technical background, they still fail. If you consider and if you take a look into the examination, this is the structure of the examination. So you would have 60 to 70 multiple choice question. You'll have 120 minutes to answer, 70% to pass the examination, and it's going to cost you $200 per attempt. Now, what you test over here in the examination is you'll be tested with 10 core domain as recommended by NVIDIA. Okay. And you will be tested on the production knowledge, not on the theory. Even though there is no coding concept, but most of your learning would be specifically from the standpoint of your production in a production environment. Okay. This is one of the key things that you have to be aware of. And what I've seen is most engineers or even the smart engineers, they study in the wrong way. They focus on theory and they miss the implementation. They skip the low weightage topic. They lose the easy points, which could have actually got them certified. And they don't practice under the time pressure. And I've seen them running out of time. And let me show you exactly where they fail and how to avoid it. See, the failure number one is they actually study the definition, not the implementation. So this is one of the common mistake that I've seen people making. So what they would do is, so just like they do the implementation, they will prepare the examination in the same way. They will read the documentation and they think that they are ready. Like they learn about reactors, let's say reasoning plus action. Multi-agent systems use coordination protocol and RAG retrieves and it then generates. That's how they would prepare. But what they miss out is the examination do not test on the definition. It tests your implementation knowledge. To give you an example, the example question could be something like this. An agent enters an infinite loop repeatedly by calling the same tool, and the tool returns the valid data each time. What is the most likely cause? Here, it is max iteration, not configured. So, as you can clearly see, if you only know about, let's say, React, then when you're answering these kind of question, you would be guessing it. Because here in the scenario, this tests your implementation knowledge. I'll give you one more example. When should you use the circuit breaker versus retry with exponential backoff for tour error handling? See, this is not about what is circuit breaker, or this is not about, let's say, what is retry. It's about when do you use X versus Y in the production environment. Okay. This is where I've seen most engineers fail. They can't identify as when to use which. Okay. That's the key thing over here. Next, the second failure or the second reason that why most people would fail over here is they skip the questions and the topic preparation regarding this NVIDIA platform. They ignore this NVIDIA platform. They think that NVIDIA platform is just 7% of the examination. I'll focus on the high weightage topics like architecture and development. Well, I would say wrong. See, those 5 questions from the NVIDIA platform are easiest to get wrong because most engineers have never used, let's say, NeMo Guardrail, NVIDIA NIM services, or they have not used the TensorRT-LLM or the Triton inference server. To give you an example, you need PI detection and GDPR compliance guardrail. And in that scenario, which NVIDIA tool would you pick? Would you pick the agent toolkit? Would you pick the guardrail? Would you pick TensorRT LLM? Or would you pick the Triton? The correct answer is B. And you can only take this correct option only when you know about NeMo guardrail. If else, you are going to guess these questions. And the another question that I can give right here is, which handle the dynamic batching and multimodal serving at scale? So is it NeMo Guardrail? Is it NIM? Is it Triton Inference Server? Or is it TensorRT LLM? The correct answer is C. So what I've seen is they skip this NVIDIA platform topics. And as a result of this, they would miss 4 to 5 questions. That's 6 to 8% of your score in the examination. And if you're scoring, let's say 68% also, you would still fail because these questions matter. Okay, so the NeMo guardrail, TensorRT LLM, the concept of inference server. So those are the key things that you have to focus on. And the third reason that they would fail is, okay, shallow orchestration knowledge. So they think that they know the stateful orchestration, but in reality, they actually don't. So what I've seen, the common mistake the engineers would do while preparing and while appearing is they build this simple agent workflow. Like let's say agent will call a tool A and it will perform the processing. It will call tool B and let's say it is done. Now they understand the basic pattern, but in your examination, it goes deep. Like to give you an example, let's say you need recovery from failures in a long running multi-agent workflow. In such scenario, which approach enables checkpointing and resuming from last successful state? So option A, store all the state in database after each step. Option B, use session management with state snapshot. Option C is retry entire workflow from beginning. Option D, log all the action and replay manually. Here, the correct answer is session management with state snapshot. I want to give you another question. Like, how do you enable human approval before high risk agent action? So send an email notification, or is it implement interrupt pattern with human approval, that is approval gate? C, log action and allow rollback. And D, run in dry run mode first, that is simulation mode first. So the correct option is B. As you can clearly see, to be able to answer this question, your surface knowledge is not enough. And this stateful knowledge, multi-agent collaboration, memory mechanism, that itself is going to be 20 to 25% of the examination, which is close to 14 to 20 questions for the examination. So you need to know about the workflows, tool calling, the state passing in a depth manner, including the error handling and agent-to-agent communication protocols and human in the loop. And this is where I've seen the smart engineers failing. Okay. Now, what is the fourth failure? Is the fourth reason as why they would fail is improper time management. They run out of time. The reality is 60 to 70 questions in 120 minutes, which means for each question, you will just have close to 1.6 to 2 minutes per question. But the questions are not equal. There are some easy questions, there will be medium question, there will be hard questions. So if you spend, let's say, 3 minutes on easy question, then you would fail. To give you an example, let's say an agent system experienced the intermittent 503 errors from an external API during the high load, and you need error handling that prevents overwhelming API while maintaining the system responsiveness. Now consider the following approaches, and you will have a long scenario with full detailed options. Now, obviously, when you're answering this question, this will take 3 to 4 minutes to analyze. So if you spend 4 minutes on, let's say, 15 hard questions, that's 60 minutes. You have 60 minutes to left to answer the remaining 55 questions. So in such scenario, you're already behind. And this is how the smart engineers fail. They don't practice under the time pressure. They read every question slowly. They spend too long on hard questions. And as a result of this, let's say when they are in, let's say if they're in question 50, there are 20 minutes left and there will be 20 questions remaining. They rush and they fail. Okay. So the solution is simple. Have a timed mock examination, have a real exam condition, have 120-minute timer, learn your pacing and identify your slow areas. And here at this point of time, you can also check out the prep package where you can actually learn in a structured manner with the videos so that you will not waste your time during the preparation, and have this mock preparation which is in line with the study guide so that you know that you're ready. Okay, you'll be able to improve your average questions. Then the failure number 5 is weak error handling pattern. I've seen one of the missing element in the learners who are appearing for the examination is they don't know about the production error pattern, which is 5 to 10% of the examination. They write the basic try catch block. They think that that's actually the error handling. So to give you an example, let's say your agent calls a rate limited API, which returns the 429 strategy. Okay. Then in such scenario, which strategy that you need to use? Is it circuit breaking with fast failure, retry with exponential backoff, timeout with aggressive threshold, and fall back to cached response? Here, the answer is B, that is retry with exponential backoff. Another question. A critical service has got 10% persistent failure rate. Your agent depends on it. And how do you prevent the cascading failure? So retry with fixed delay. B is timeout with quick failure. Third one is circuit breaker with health check with half open state. And fourth one is the basically fall back to the degraded mode. Here, the right option is the option C, that is circuit breaker. As you can clearly see, the reason the circuit breaker is used because let's say if there is 10% persistent failure, it's a circuit breaker territory. Half open state allows the recovery testing and it will prevent the overwhelming failing response. Okay. So this is how you would actually prepare, and this is the pattern that you need to prepare. And let's say when you're thinking about the timeout, you need to have the aggressive fast failure when needed, and you need to have a graceful degradation so that the background tasks are acceptable, and ensure that you implement the proper timeout pattern, graceful failure recovery, and that's how you would prepare yourself and ensure that you avoid this mistake and able to answer these hard questions in a much more simpler manner. And failure number 6 is they ignore only 5% topics. So this is where the smart engineers miss. They think that deployment is just 5%, safety is only 5%, human interaction is only 5%. I'll focus on the high weightage topic. Well, if you combine all the low weightage topic, it would be closer to 15%, which is 10 questions. So if you skip these, you need 42 correct from the remaining 60 questions. That's 70% on the hard topics. So if you study these as well, you just need 42 out of 70 questions. That's overall 60% overall, right? So which is easier? So that's the, like that means you should not skip any domain. You should ensure that you follow the proper guide and structure while preparing even these low weightage topics as well. To give you an example from deployment, when deploying a multi-agent system on production scale using containerization, which component handles service discovery? Is it ingress? Is it service mesh, load balancer, or pod scheduler? It's a service mesh. Okay. And the another example, it's from the safety, like which regulation requires explainability mechanism for AI system affecting EU citizen? Is it GDPR, EU AI Act, CCPA, and HIPAA? It is EU AI Act. So it's easy if you have read the study guide and prepared in a structured manner as I've described, or else it would become difficult. You will start guessing. Okay. Another question can be from the human AI interaction. Like, for example, it can be as simple as, let's say, when implementing the transparency mechanism for agent decision making, which approach provides the most accountability? logging all the LLM loop. Option B, decision traceability with reasoning chain. Option C, storing all the agent action. Option D, using the user feedback collection. Here, the right answer is option B, that is design traceability with reasoning chain. Okay, so the mistake that I've seen over here is engineers give away these 10 easy questions, and if they do that, you have to be perfect on all the hard topics. So as a result of this, you would fail. Okay, and the failure number 7 is you read the document and you don't build. So this is one of the biggest mistake. Engineers, they study by reading. Like they study about the NeMo documentation, React framework papers, rack system guide, and they don't build, they don't practice it. Even though the examination do not test the building capability, so it's very important that you also practice and look into the outside implementation standpoint as well. Like asking the question could be as simple as why it fails. So that's a key difference between the reading and building. Okay, to give you an example, the question is your rack system retrieves chunks with mixed relevant scores. Which approach improves the result quality? First is increase the number of retrieved chunk, implement re-ranking after retrieval, C, use a larger embedding model, D, decrease chunk size. So the correct answer is B, that is re-ranking. If you have read about RAG, you might guess whether it is A or C, but if you have done some research or gone through the mock examination, you'd be able to easily identify, okay, this can be improved with the re-ranking. Another one, agent memory grows unbounded across conversation. Which pattern prevents this while maintaining the context? Like maybe increasing the context window, use a larger model, sliding window with periodic summarization, and store everything in a vector database. So here, the correct response is C, that is usage of sliding window with periodic summarization. Okay, so these are the 7 mistakes that you need to avoid during the preparation team. Okay, now why this having a structured path is very important. Guys, the math is simple. As I mentioned, your individual attempt is gonna have $200 on the line. So without the structured guidelines, without structured preparation, you don't know whether you're ready. You will be studying in a blind manner. You miss on these NVIDIA topics. You skip low weightage topics, no time management. That would be 35 to 40% error rate. And when you retake, it's $200 more, which is $400. With preparation package, when you follow the structured guideline, which includes your focused videos for learning, mock exams for preparation, and ebook for additional topic revision, you know that you're ready. You'll be able to master the NVIDIA platform. You'll also be able to build some knowledge of it if you refer to the ebook, but that's not mandatory. You'll have all the 10 domains covered, 5 time practice test, 85 to 90% passing grade, get certified in 6 weeks. You'll be able to save more time and money. All right, guys. So the complete package is actually linked in the description. Go ahead and check it out. So this will ensure that you prepare yourself in the right manner. You will be able to cover all the domains without any blind spot. You'll be able to validate if you're ready with this mock examination. Let's say if you score more than 75% in all the mock examination, you can confidently go ahead and take the examination. All right, guys. So with this, we come to the end of this video. So check out the links in the description. Subscribe to our channel for more such content on agentic AI, and join our community to receive future updates on the agentic AI and the new video releases and the production pattern. All right. See you on the other side. Pass on the first attempt. I'll see you guys.